figure out correctly. So all the time, all the time, most of the time, COD should be higher than the BOD, because BOD is natural capability of the microbes to biodegrade the waste. The amount of the oxygen consumed by microbes to break down the waste naturally. While in COD, we added some chemical, so that the chemical can help the microbe, can expedite the biodegradation process, so that definitely microbes will consume more oxygen to break down the waste. Okay, next is a suspended solid, about 68 gram per person per day. So this is the estimation. The solid as well as the BOD are the estimation for domestic wastewater. Okay, what is suspended solid? Suspended solid is the one that normally can be removed uh, during coagulation and flocculation process, as well as sedimentation process in water treatment plant, while in wastewater treatment plant normally can be removed during primary treatment. Primary treatment process. Okay, sewer pipes material. We do have a few sewer pipe material. It depend on the size as well as the slope. The selection of material is also depend on the size as well as the slope. Okay, 1 second. Ay, may buat apa ya? Ya, ya. Ni. Okay. Minimum and maximum velocity, we shall cover this topic later to discuss what is the recommended slope, what is the recommended velocity when we design for a sewer system. Okay, what is the difference between sewage, sewer, and sewerage? So sewage mean the wastewater. Sewer mean the pipes that carry the wastewater. Sewerage is the system, including sewage, the sewer, as well as the STP, sewerage treatment plant, wastewater treatment plant. Okay, so these are the types of the wastewater generated. So in this course, we are not only focusing on the wastewater produced from the residential area, but we are also looking forward for the advanced treatment method that can be used to treat the wastewater produced from the hospital, the wastewater produced from other types of premises, including farms. Okay, domestic or sanitary wastewater is the one that produced from the residential area, business, buildings, and the institution. Industrial wastewater definitely from the factory as well as from farms. Municipal wastewater is the liquid in the sanitary sewers and treated in municipal plants. So this one is the combined with the storm water. Apart from that, there is also consideration to treat the wastewater from the only storm water, for the storm water only. Okay, these are the characteristics. The characteristic of the wastewater which we have studied before. It can be divided into 4 actually, but the one that I share with you now is 3. Physical, total solid, the total suspended solid, temperature are the physical parameters. Chemicals, it can be divided into 2, organic and inorganic, and also microbiological. Okay, domestic wastewater is comprised of black water as well as the grey water. The black water is the wastewater produced from the toilet only, but the grey water from all sources, from the kitchen, from the washing machine, that is considered as the grey water. So they are looking forward to employ a simple system, so that we can reuse the grey water. The reuse the grey water for importable usage lah. For example, for garden watering, reuse the grey water for toilet flushing. Okay, so the black water only from the toilet, the rest are considered as the grey water. Okay. These are the scenarios. The one in purple are the sewers. Okay. So what is actually enters the sewerage system? Wastewater from the toilet, from the bathroom, from the laundry, as well as the kitchen. Industrial wastewater. Okay. For industrial wastewater, normally when we mention the word industry, definitely in our mind, we only consider the from the factory. Not only that, there are many industry which doesn't look like industry. For example, livestock waste water is also industry, not only the factory. So this has affected the environment. The wastewater produced without any treatment can badly affect the environment. So, or restaurant. Another one is restaurant. It can be another potential source for the wastewater which require treatment. Metal plating industry need a pre-treatment, because it has to be removed it has to be pre-treated, because we have to remove the toxic metal ions. Toxic metal ions are compulsory to be removed because they can inhibit the secondary treatment process. Because in other words, they can kill the microorganism. That's why we have to treat these types of wastewater. For industrial wastewater, it does not flow into domestic wastewater treatment plant operated by Indah Water Consortium. No. Every factories, every industries, they should have their own wastewater treatment plant. They should have their own wastewater treatment plant. So they are not operated under the jurisdiction of Indah Water Consortium. They are actually have to comply with the standards set by Department of Environment. So the treated wastewater produced from the industries, they are to be complied with the standard A or standard B set by Department of Environment. Okay. Alright, next, very short calculation on how to determine the maximum flow of wastewater. I believe this is also considered as a revision, but we are going to use this for the rest of the course because in some question, I will ask you to calculate based on the average flow, but in some other question, you have to calculate based on the peak flow, okay? First, in purple, the peak flow factor. These are the equation to be used. 4.7 times P to the power of minus 0.11. The population P, how to calculate P, population over 1,000. For example, in this example 1, we have the numbers of population is 1950. So 1950 divided by 1,000 is equal to 1.95. So the peak flow factor is equal to 4.7 times 1.95 to the power of minus 0.11. So these are the factors that you have to calculate so that you can get the peak flow factor. And then average wastewater, similar to water treatment, the numbers of population times 2 to 5. So knowing the average wastewater produced, you have to times with the peak flow factor. So these are the maximum of peak flow wastewater produced per day. Okay. Alright, the standards and regulation. We are still governed with the Standard Quality Act 1974, which is Environmental Quality Sewage and Industrial Effluent. In last September, I was invited by the Department of Environment because as one of the panel because they are looking forward to revise the standard, the current standard. uh, they have to revise because even though the current standard is difficult to be complied, but they have to revise, yeah, to protect the environment. Yeah, so soon you are going to see the addition of the parameters to be taken into consideration, and you are going to see the increment in terms of the allowable limit here. Yeah, because Department of Environment is in the position to revise the regulation regarding on the standard A and standard B. Okay. Alright, so comparing between standard A and standard B, very quick revision. Standard A should be better than standard B. On what basis that we can decide standard A or standard B? Standard A and standard B are decided based on the location of the water intake point. Yeah, if there are water intake point upstream a factory, meaning to say that the factory can release the treated wastewater comply with the standard B. But if there is an water intake point downstream the factory, so that the factory have to release treated wastewater which is compliant with standard A. But in Malaysia, they have gazetted the river. Yeah, that is easier because, for example, Langat River, Semenyih River, yeah, any discharge into that river has to comply with standard A because there are so many water intake points. Yeah, for Klang River, there is no water intake point. Okay, Klang River, there is no water intake point. For that reason, any factories release the treated wastewater can comply with the standard B. That very quick revision. Yeah. Apart from that, there are field schedule that has been produced for specific industry because they have specific parameters. Yeah, to be complied with. So they have to refer to the, because for industry they normally contain chemical oxygen demand. Yeah, for the common regulation there is no COD. Yeah, but if you refer to the 7th schedule, these are the industry that has to comply with the that contains significant concentration of oxygen. For that reason, they have a specific standard on this particular industry. Okay, for example, fermentation is the standard is a little bit higher, yeah, 400 milligram per liter. For the textile, about 80 milligram per liter of COD. Yeah. Okay, so looking at this chart, and you know that we are actually living in a loop. Yeah, we are actually living in a loop where the treated wastewater will goes into the river and the lakes, and it will be extracted again for the water treatment. Yeah, so we are actually living in a loop. So it is important for us to protect the environment to ensure the quality of the treated wastewater. Yeah, so that we can get a cleaner treated water. So these are the overview, yeah, of the treatment of wastewater. We have a primary treatment system, which includes the bar screen, the scum removal, as well as the primary primary tank. The next one is the secondary treatment. Basically, this is a biological treatment. The third one is the sludge treatment. 1, 2, 3 are considered as the conventional treatment process. Yeah? Nevertheless, there are some substances left in case there are high concentration of metals, in high concentration of dissolved mineral in treated wastewater. For that reason, we have to introduce the advanced treatment. Advanced treatment include the membrane, the absorption technologies, the ozone, the ultraviolet. So these are the advanced treatment, as well as the phosphorus and nitrogen removal. Yeah, so it's normally the advanced treatment we have to know what is exactly the substance to be removed. Then only we can introduce the correct methods and the correct approach. Yeah, because some of the technology are good to remove the mineral contents, but not good to remove the nitrogen. Yeah, for that reason you need to choose the correct method. Okay, this is again the overview. So we shall look into, actually in this course, we shall emphasize on the tertiary treatment, including the chemical precipitation. precipitation process. Okay. So for wastewater treatment, the prelim treatment including the screen, the sedimentation, and also the grid chamber. So the grid chamber should be able to remove. The purpose of having the grid chamber, the purpose of having the preliminary treatment is to remove the large debris. As I mentioned just now, this is important to avoid the mechanical abrasion. Yeah, so we need also to remove the grit. Yeah, grit ni macam sand, silt, gravel. They are considered as grit. Yeah, so that's why in wastewater treatment there will be grit removal. Yeah. Next is the secondary treatment. Secondary treatment normally we will employ microorganism. It's a biological treatment. Yeah, employ microorganisms so that the microbes can helps to biodegrade the waste. Yeah, in a simple method. Yeah. So the most common methods that normally being used for the conventional treatment method is activated sludge system. But the traditional one still applicable such as lagoons and ponds lah. Yeah, but in this course, yeah, we last time in your third year, you only studied on how to calculate the area required for trickling filters and rotating biological contactors. So in this course, you will be having the opportunity to design the trickling filter and the RBC. To do the calculation on each of the section or the sizing of this system. Tertiary treatment. So these are the focus of this course. Not only to remove the dissolved minerals, but we are also looking forward to study on few approach that can be used to remove phosphorus and nitrogen. Some of them are good to remove phosphorus. Some of them require joint removal for phosphorus. Some of them are capable to remove phosphorus as well as nitrogen. Okay, disinfection process, as I mentioned just now, normally we use the chlorination, but in this course we shall also look into the ozone, as well as the UV, UV techniques, for disinfection purposes. Okay, so that's all on wastewater. Do you have the slide ready now? Okay, can everyone share in our WhatsApp group? Can you share by now? Please, every group, please share now. Can you please share your slide? Okay, please, everyone share your slide. Okay, this is group 6, so thank you very much. Oh, there are so many slides, so keep a very short one. All right, so wastewater treatment technology way forward. Okay, anyone would like to have a very short, am I sharing? Yes, very short